I'm Jessica James. I'm a junior, and I'm a double major in social work and criminal justice. Well, I work in the career services office, so I talk a lot with Alicia, who's our Great Lakes grant coordinator. And so I knew I wanted an internship, and obviously I knew I qualified for that grant. So me and her talked a lot and explored a lot of different options, and ultimately just ended up at the prosecutor's office. I did a little bit of everything. Most interns, they just get stuck in a corner and do paperwork. But they even told me, like, up front, they didn't want me to just do paperwork. They wanted me to get, like, a full experience out of it. So, I did do some paperwork and filing, but I was also taught how to write court documents and, how to draft those up and, I guess, send them through the whole process. I did a lot of shadowing of all the different prosecutors because they have one for, like, criminal division, like juvenile, more like civil kind of stuff. So I got to experience all those. I got to go over to the court and, watch different like trials and hearings and proceedings and see how all those work. So not only did I get the prosecutor side, but also like, I guess the court side of things too, and learn about some of those jobs. And they had me do some of my own projects. Like I did a statistics project where I pulled all the I looked through all the cases from the past 2 years and figured out if drugs were like directly related or not. And then I prepared my own case to be shown before the grand jury. So got to do a lot. I guess just like experiencing it all and like realizing truly how much they do. A lot of people just think prosecutors like do a lot of paperwork and lock up the bad guys, but they do a lot of like behind the scenes work that not a lot of people realize. So it was interesting to see that. And one thing that really stood out to me was when I shadowed one of the prosecutors. She works directly with like children and family services. Like when children get removed from their homes, she works with those cases. And obviously with me being a social work major, like that really appealed to me, and that kind of showed like, oh, that's like something I'd want to do. Because I didn't even really know that was like a thing before, I guess, so that was interesting to learn. I guess, like, I always grew up in this area, so it was interesting to see, like, I knew a lot of the people, I guess, that were going through the prosecutor's office, not only as, like, victims, but witnesses and people that were being charged. So I guess that was interesting to see. Like, I learned a lot about people that I've known for years that kind of surprised me. And then the same thing with, like, I knew drugs were bad in this area. Obviously, they're bad everywhere. But when I did the stats on, like, drugs and crime and how they're related, like, it was amazing to see truly how much, like, drugs impacted the crime and I guess how bad truly drugs are a problem in this area. It showed me that law school will be in my future, whether it's right after my bachelor's degree or, a few years in between. But it showed me that eventually it is something I want to do, and eventually become some kind of lawyer, whether it's a prosecutor or just a defense attorney or even, something smaller. Like, I do like that side of work and the things they do, so. Just internships in general. Like, I always tell students to do them as much as you can, because with me being a social work major, I'm not required to do one until my last semester here, but I've already taken advantage and I have 2 internships done, and I have one pretty much guaranteed for next semester, and then I'll have one my senior year too. So I'll graduate with at least 4 different experiences and internships, and it just shows me like, okay, this career field I don't want to do, or this, I do want to do. So it just, take advantage of it while you're still in school, and I guess, take those opportunities, because you don't want to get out in the career field and then realize like, oh, this, why did I waste 4 years of my life to get this degree and I hate it. So just internships in general, always do.